Hello, my friends. Welcome to Taste to Explore. My name is Darlene, and now on this episode, my friends, we are making some homemade sofrito. Now, for those of you who don't know what sofrito is a cooking base. You add this along with your ingredients to your soups and your stews and your rice and your beans. I mean, there is tons of ways you could incorporate this, and it really boosts up the flavor of your dishes. And now let's begin. So right here I have 3 bell peppers. I'm using the green ones today. If you want, you can use red. If you use any color bell pepper, the orange, the yellow, it's just gonna change the tint of the color of your sofrito because it's normally really green if you leave it all or mostly green. But once you add different color bell peppers, it's just gonna change it a little bit, but no biggie. It's just flavor. Okay, so I'm using 3, and I'm using some big jumbo yellow sweet onions. You can use the white, you can use the red, you can use the little ones if you want. So I just bought 3 big ones. This whole jar, this is like a 1-pound jar, and you're going to want to use a whole jar. You're not going to want to be skimpy with the garlic. Garlic adds tons of flavor and it's delicious. Now, if you want to go through the effort in peeling them, that's on you, boo. That's on you. And these are arecito dulces. Let me crack one package open to show you. Now, look at that. They come in colors, as you can see in the packet. Sometimes they're hard to get. And if your local supermarket or produce stand is not selling these, then just add some more bell peppers, sweet peppers, Italian peppers. So I have 3 packages of these because they're really good. They really hold a lot of fantastic flavor. So right here I have cilantro. When you buy your cilantro, make sure it's as green and healthy as possible, really fresh. And this comes in either name recao or culantro. So either name that you see in your produce section is what you're gonna get. And this, my friend, is actually my favorite. Let me just grab one out. Look at this. Let me try to open this leaf up, because it's a skinny, long herb. And look at that. Love it. Love it. This really packs a punch. Oh my God, it smells so aromatic. You see the difference? It's not the same as the cilantro. And it has some spiny edges, like rigid edges. But this is fantastic. We're going to use 2 of these. And some oil, preferably. Some people put water. I use oil. And then that's it, my friends. I have 2 packages of these. I'm going to wash them. I'm going to chop them. And I'm going to bring them back here. And we're going to blend it all together. All right, my friends. So now let's start cleaning these out. Super simple. You're just going to crack it open. There's a bunch of seeds in the middle. And you just gonna treat it like any other pepper. You're gonna remove the seeds. You can do this on a running tap water, and then that's it. You just discard the little area where the seeds are at. It has a lot of seeds. It's just an empty hollow shell. It's really messy. That's why I said do it in your sink. I already had prepped the rest of them. I already took out the majority of the seeds. You know, if 1 or 2 stays behind, no big deal. I'm going to be using my blender, but you can use a food processor. And when you clean it, you can just leave these tags. It makes it easy to clean and sort through for any wilted looking leaves, but they look fairly well. I'm just going to do 3 large chops because it's just going to go into my blender. I'm going to be using a blender for this. And then you just remove this, no big deal. It doesn't have the roots because this kind is just a regular cilantro. There is a macho cilantro. I saw, and that one has the roots and it's more like thicker thicker stalks, but we're going to use everything, the stalks and the leaves. Everything goes in the blender. And the same thing with the culantro. After you rinse it off, you're just going to give it 3 large chops. And then that's it. We're going to chop up these big bad boys right here. Make some big chunks, like I said. Your machine is going to do all the work. Alright, now it's time to do the bell peppers. So we are going to peel this, and then it's almost time to blend everything together. Alright, my friends, so let's get to it. I am using my blender, and I have some, what am I using? I'm using vegetable oil. You can use corn oil, sunflower oil, avocado oil, but I really wouldn't suggest olive oil because it has a strong flavor and you don't want to clash with this, you know, with the flavors that's going on here. So I'm gonna put the produces its own liquids, like the onions and the bell peppers. I'm gonna blend this out because this is gonna help smooth out everything, so that way I don't have to use so much oil in my blender. A lot of people use water. I don't like that. I feel that, and I know that water, and I'm gonna put some garlic in there. Water doesn't preserve this very well when it's in the refrigerator. Doesn't have a long shelf life, and you don't want that, you know. Once you put it in the refrigerator, it's going to be good for a month. So let's put this on, and we're going to blend it at full power. Cool and easy. I'm going to put some oil in there now. You can try putting between 1 and 2. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons at a time. Helps it smooth out. You really don't need too much oil. Just enough to help the motor run. Now let's pour this bad boy out. Before you place this to your containers, give it a stir, because after a while the emulsion will break, and on the top is going to be all the liquid, and the bottom is going to be all the puree that sinks to the bottom. Don't discard this liquid. This is gold right here. All this is flavor. Are you kidding me? Flavor, flavor, flavor. Nothing to discard. Everything to keep. All right, my friends, it is time to jar these bad boys up, baby. So it is so full to the top too. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's pretty much coming down. Let me take some out, and I'm gonna scoop it with a ladle right in here. And just don't fill it to the top, because when it freezes it expands, and then you don't want it to like leak out. So just put it right up to the rim. Yeah, that's fine. That's full enough. And then that's it. All right, my friends, and that is it. We did 16 ounces of sofrito. I hope you give this a try. I really hope you like it. Super simple. They will make great gifts to your family, friends, neighbors, co-workers. Everybody loves a delicious homemade sofrito. I hope you join me again on my next video. Take it easy. See you later, friends.